Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Not Your Asian Women podcast. I'm Christine Chang.
I'm Shining.
Today, we're going to talk about aging gracefully.
We're talking about old bitches.
How old are you?
38. But this year, 39.
Oh, that's
in September in a few months. I'm a Virgo.
Last year of your 30s.
Oh, yeah.
I'm turning 42 soon. How do you feel about leaving your 30s?
I'll tell you what. I feel a lot better. I don't even think about it compared to when I was 29.
Mm-hmm.
29
You're
turning
right.
30.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, I was like, okay, I might as well just kill myself.
Yeah. That is the feeling, because it's the first time where it hits you. I'm not the prime. And I mean, 30, I would say you're early 30s, you're still prime. But every decade, another one comes and it's not you anymore. So I do think 29 to 30 is tougher than 39 to 40. 39 to 40, I didn't think anything of it. I was actually really happy to turn 40.
Yeah, I don't look forward to get, I'm saying, like all wrinkled up and shit. But I do look forward to feel next level of like wisdom or enlightenment. Cause I act like a bitch sometimes. But inside I feel a lot more calm. I know who I am. I know how to dress myself. I know how to handle struggles and how to balance anxiety, how to just all the pillars in my life. I feel peace. I've never felt this good about myself, ever. And I've heard older women say that, oh, just wait till you turn 50, 60. It's next level of enlightenment.
Yes.
You think you know yourself, 60 is the best, or like all that. And I was like, okay, because there are things I like to work on, but overall I feel very happy with my life and with myself. So I can't wait. What is the next level of enlightenment? But in terms of life is a bitch, isn't it? Youth is all there is. Nothing more than what it can offer. But with aging, it comes with wisdom and all the things that people can't see. But you don't want to trade that with just being youthful. But you want to look young. That's the struggle. That's why, like, people, especially in Hollywood, people go a little overboard to chase after looks. And if looks is all you value, shit, that's like depreciation asset. That just, you're never going to win. I know people have controversial takes on Madonna. She is an icon, but girl, you look a little scary.
Yeah.
It's your money, your face, do whatever the fuck you want to do. But I like to have people in my life where they tell me, hey, you look little scary now.
You need to stop.
You need to stop. I'm okay with, like, people do botox fillers and then whatever facial cosmetic works you do. It's your money. It's not like I'm paying for it. I don't really care. To go overboard is little too obvious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some people like that look. It's hard to wrap your head around, but some people actually like the done look. Because to me, I actually get disgusted by it. I'm surprised. I'm like, who finds this attractive? Because it looks fake to me, like a doll. Like, I can't connect to it. And I value more of a natural aesthetic. Like, it should look like you, but like a refreshed version of you. But right? Some people do like that
you're
look,
right, you're right. If you're a performer, that's your career,
Mhm.
and you're in that niche, I don't know, search history,
Mhm.
then you do you.
But
if that genuinely makes you happy,
happy, yes.
it's like, you know, people
What
get pierced all over their body,
Mhm.
or like tattoo all over on their face, and that just they express themselves through art
Mhm.
like that, then that's fine. But
I
I doubt it if you
Right.
go over like that, some kind of, you know, like,
that extreme.
yeah.
Right? It really comes down to happiness, and if you can tell when someone is thriving and truly happy, and there's all sorts of different styles out there. I tend to, with self-love, I think you should want to look like yourself. I think. It makes me sad when someone wants someone else's nose that doesn't look anything like your nose. I get if it's your nose and you're like, I would just like a little, like a tweak. And a lot of actresses and people on camera will do that. And it's pretty subtle, where make it a little more narrow or the tip a little whatever. But it still looks like them. But when it's a completely new nose or new person, they might be super happy, but there is a part of me that I feel a little bit sad about that.
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but the main girl in Queen's Gambit, I saw her one of her interviews on TikTok, and then she said she used to be very self-conscious about her eyes because people used to make fun of her for the way her eyes are too far apart. I'm like, girl, this is what set you apart from other people. I love her eyes.
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful, and the way her, like, it's, yes, if you want to look at surgically and symmetrically, it might be too far apart, but that is what's unique about a person. You don't want to look like everybody else,
which is what's happening.
Yeah.
Do you notice in LA there's the same face is coming out?
Yeah, I mean, the Kardashian trend, I mean, same thing with like Asia too, like Korea. Like, I see a lot of like idols, they look the same to me. I'm like, am I racist? I really can't tell them apart.
Well, because they balance out the face the same. Whatever they're doing to the jaw, to the chin, to the cheekbones. I guess scientifically there's some sort of thing that looks the best, right? And so they're striving after that. But I see you all look the same. Why would you want to look the same? And humans are so extreme. I think it's going to swing the other way, where they're not going to like that look anymore. They're going to look back, you know, like, remember that the 2020s or 2010 when everyone had this look to them.
Yeah, for sure. Like, chasing trend isn't something is going to last, because, yeah, like you said, like people's taste and time changes. Remember back in the day, like the thin brow, no brow was the thing, and now it's coming back.
Yeah.
But for the longest time, I was like, oh, thin brow is like so old.
Yeah. I mean, but it's, for our generation, is a little different because it might be a lipstick shade or eyebrows, but it's not surgically changing yourself. Some of those things you can't take back. The buccal fat removal, you know, they're removing the fat from the cheeks. When you're older,
you're going to regret that.
Yeah, you want to keep that meat in there.
Yeah, that fat for sure. And another thing about, like, just, I hear, because we're women and aging puts an extra anxiety, I guess, onto us. People say, like, you know, society will judge women more, and our looks, our youthfulness are valued more than men, because men in any age, they can get acting jobs where, you know, whatever. And this talk about how ageism is unfair to women. I have a different take on it. I recently saw a supermodel. She was on a talk show. She's in her 70s now. Beautiful, beautiful gray hair. She didn't go overboard with her face, but obviously she had done something. Like, just fucking be truthful. Okay, everybody in Hollywood or your fashion industry, you had done something. Filler, botox, and that's just
the men hair implants.
Yeah.
So someone was saying, like, you think they do? I'm like, think of all the average men you know. Most of them, the hair starts receding, right? I'm like, look at all these guys, and they get it done really well where it looks, most of them look really natural. I'm like, they all have hair plugs.
Yeah, that's just, just everybody. So, and that's one thing. And then she was complaining about how older women are treated differently in model industry, and people don't look at them as much as when they were younger, and all of a sudden they lose a lot of job opportunities. And she was just saying that it's unfair that women in her age are also beautiful, and she wants to people to see older women just as attractive and give them more opportunities. I'm not against what she's saying, but my take on that is, you are a supermodel. You've been beautiful, and undeniably there is pretty privilege. And all your life, you've had things throw at you. Men throw themselves at you, opportunities, and especially in model industry, yeah. You get to say no to jobs. And that will not last, because in that industry, it puts emphasis on youth and beauty, and that's just what it is. And there's a study out there, like, people tend to buy more stuff with modeled that's more youthful, beautiful. That's just what it is. It's more capitalism than people like to see pleasing things.
They do.
And that's just, and then also, I guess, biology, if you really want to talk about it. Men see younger women. I mean, there are obviously men that go after older women, but mass majority of men like younger women because, fertile. Yeah, that's
We're
just,
all animals.
We're all animals. That's just a thing. To deny biology fact, it's like, I don't want to sound mean, but I'm just gonna say it straight, okay? You're not always gonna have spotlight. You're not always gonna have everybody's attention. You're not always gonna have the same job opportunities. That's just what it is. Your time in this industry has passed. Just like athletes. Physically, your prime is in your 20s, 30s. And that's just what it is. No 100 million contracts are going to throw at you when you hit 60. That just isn't that a fact? Like, I don't see no NBA players or NFL players in their 60s and go, oh, how come nobody like to watch old men throwing balls? How come we don't get opportunities? You've made your money, you've had your spotlight, and you picked industry that just empirically need physical health. And when we hit certain age, we don't have that anymore. Your athlete life is done. It's short-lived. And that's true with a lot of industries that capitalize on youth, on looks, on physical health in general.
Yeah, Hollywood's the same. And even for men, because Brad Pitt is like, he's still, would you consider an A-list actor? And he's still in movies, but he admits, he's like, this is a young guy's game. You're not the it guy anymore. You know, maybe his generation will still be like, oh, Brad Pitt, but the younger ones, they don't care. They're looking at different people. That's just the reality of it.
You go through life in different phases. You've had your spotlight, and maybe consider picking up a different skill. If looks is all you want people to look at you and value you for, and you want to be attractive and desirable from the day you born to the day you die, that's creepy. That's just unrealistic. And the thing is, you need to pick up something of a skill that beside your look. Everybody likes to look good, and feel desired. But guess what? You ain't gonna get what you always want. That's just fucking life. And I feel instead of crying and begging for society to look at me, oh, how come, people don't look at me and the same way? How come, men don't desire me the same way? That to me sounds entitled. And maybe you're put too much focus on your looks and you're not used to people not desire you the same way. That doesn't mean society needs to tailor your desires and pick up a skill that transcends time. And looks are depreciation assets. That's just a fact. Your physical health, your looks, you can try to be healthy as you can. So you can delay the time that you need somebody to wipe your ass and just try to be more mobile as much as you can. But that's all you can do. Work on your brain. I don't know. Do some crafty shit. Like, I ain't gonna look like this forever. And there will be times young men treat me like a fucking invisible invisible sign or something. I don't go, oh shit, how come people just don't, when I walk in a room, people don't just look at me, don't desire me? That's fucking too entitled. I don't think that's what you need to be focusing on. And it got nothing to do with people discriminate older women, or you don't get the same thing. Like I feel like, look at other industries. I mean, they're great scientists, female scientists or engineers, and they don't put much of values on their looks, but their works are just as appreciated. They contribute too. I feel like, I mean, okay, I lost the train of thought. Like, what do you think of my my rant?
I was going to ask, because I haven't seen the interview, or I don't know who specifically you're talking about, which model, but I wonder if she's trying to just raise awareness that older women as well shouldn't be completely cut out. Just say there's like a catalog, right? And they need size 2 to 4 models, like, and you'll see in some of the runways and stuff, they're starting to incorporate different looks, which I actually think it's nice. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Because growing up, I didn't see that, I'm like, and she looks really great. But it really depends on the brand and who they're marketing to. It's business, right? And you said, which I agree, it's right. Most people, they want to look at something, quote unquote, pretty or that's pleasing to look at. And usually it's more of a youthful person. If your target audience is women in their 50s, 60s, 70s, then that makes sense. I just view it like that. It's not an emotional thing. There is truth to, there's been, what does it call it? Experiments, tests, where babies are looking at different faces and they'll look at symmetrical faces longer. Symmetry. There's something there that catches the human eye. So I think she might have been communicating that, just to consider that. But at the same time, I do acknowledge she sees things from her lens, and there is such thing as pretty privilege. People who are really good looking get treated differently 1000%. People smile at you. They'll pick up things for you. They'll move out of the way for you. So they see the world in a certain way. And I do think a lot of them, because they've gotten so much opportunity based on just their looks alone, so they didn't have to build skill. There are some really beautiful, good-looking people that have skill as well, which I think is the intelligent thing to do. You should have skill in life. You should have something besides your looks. I think if you're not aware of that, if you're not willing it, it's going to hit you one day. Oh, what else? What am I going to do? What can I get into? And what do they normally do? You'll see it. They'll start like podcasting or what is it? OnlyFans. They try to rap or something. There's something, you'll see it, right? And I do get concerned for some of the younger influencers who maybe their entire page is dedicated to their butt. You got a great butt. Well, then have a plan then. Make money off your butt, and then you're going to shift into something else. Or if you're young and pretty and you're doing fashion influencing, are you going to eventually continue being an influencer, but you move into mom influencing? And I've seen some people do that beautifully. But if you have no plan, I don't think that that's smart. But I think when you're younger too, you don't have the foresight of that's going to be me eventually. Because I used to think in my early 20s, I'm like, ew, why are these women getting Botox and they look done? Like, I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to age gracefully. But then your face starts to change and you do consider, like, do I want to? I get it now. Like, my jaw's starting, it's not as tight before. Do I want to do those things? So I understand it more when it hit, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have been so hard on these women who wanted to get these things. So right now in my life, I'm trying to figure out where all that fits in my life. The Botox and microneedling, facelift procedures, where is the line for me? Because if we're talking about self-love here, if I think the true definition, if someone truly had self-love and you're like spiritual and stuff, you would just let yourself age naturally. So sometimes when I see the influencers who preach the spirituality, self-love, in tune with nature, but then I see that they clearly have filler in their lips and fake boobs and things like that, to me, it's a mismatch. I'm like, you're saying one thing, but the way that what you're doing to your body is not self-love. Injecting things and putting, like, stuffing silicone under your skin is like a mutilation. It's very hard on the body. That to me is actually not self-love. I think it's okay to care about both, but I think it's the words matching your actions. If you're saying one thing and then it doesn't match here, usually I'm not okay with that. I think it's important to take accountability and acknowledge right?
Yes, you can be both.
You
can
absolutely
acknowledge.
could be both.
You can self-love and also be vain
Yeah,
and want to
yes.
chase
Yeah.
good looks.
Yeah, like
and want to look
pretty,
and feel
like aesthetic. If aesthetics are important to you, which to me they are. I like things that look healthy and refreshed, and yeah, and for me personally, I want to look like the best version of me. I do want to look like me. I just sometimes, I have gotten Botox before, maybe 5 times. I don't like, I think the last time was 2 years ago. I don't like that it's it can't be good for you. It's like your brain's trying to send a signal to a body part and you're cutting that off. To me, I'm like, that can't be good for you. I would prefer to do something like microneedling, which it's like injuring your skin so that your body heals itself. That to me, I feel more comfortable with. That's just me personally. So I've gone microneedling and what do they call, like a vampire facial, where they draw your blood and it's like your plasma and they'll put it back on. And for now, that's working for me. When we're talking like within 10 years, like facelift stuff, I'm not opposed to it.
Same. There's a difference between using the most advanced technology that you've done research on and then not want to look like somebody else. You just want to get a little refreshed,
not look tired,
and then look like how you feel. But there's a difference between that versus want to look like you're in your 20s all the time. That's just impossible.
Yes.
It's a retarded logic.
It just doesn't make sense to hang on to how you used to look. Your face and your body's gonna change. So how do we look like the best version of us in the decade that we're in? And it doesn't look good when you're 50 trying to look 20. I don't think that's an attractive look.
No. And I'm definitely like not opposed to things that it's your money, whatever fuck you want to do. Even you want to look like a scary clown, if that's what's making you money, making you happy, whatever. The thing is like to know that difference and know the common sense of chasing youth and always want to look like you're in your 20s is impossible. And then I have a thing, not just like older people, but like you said, like it or not, beauty standards does exist. And not everybody is beautiful. And which is okay. You're maybe not genetically blessed and your look isn't the beauty standards considered at this time. It doesn't mean society is working against you and you feel victimized and to cry about, hey, look at me. I'm 500 pounds. I'm beautiful. That to me is unreasonable. How you feel how you feel. You can feel beautiful if you're like fucking all that, but you should allow other people to like why to make other people feel bad about not align your beauty standards is unreasonable and entitled. I have certain attractions towards certain like aesthetic, and I don't shame people for not liking the same shit I like. That just I feel like society has gone too far that wants to be exclusive, inclusive, that everybody is beautiful. I don't know, fucking camp you born into, but that's just not true. And to make other people feel bad and about it is your problem. And also, like I said, that underlying thing is everybody wants to be desired and other people to look at them, pay attention to them. Yes, some people is born with that privilege. It's easier for them to get attention. That's just a fact. And some people aren't. And life is fucking unfair. Besides look, there are other ways to get contribution to society. I personally find people who are deeply focused on their work hyper attractive. It doesn't matter what they look like. They can be missing an eyeball, 3rd-degree burn victim. They could be, just missing a leg or something. But if they are confident and passionate and they focus on their work, that's what I find most attractive. And not the people who are screaming to other people or online talking about how unfair society is and how we are beautiful too. Look at us. Look at us. That's unreasonable. You're begging for
yes.
You want people to why should I agree to what you like?
It should just be a natural attraction. If you actually want to be beautiful, be passionate. Be happy, lit up from the inside. Those people are magnetic. And it doesn't matter what age you are. Have you met older women that just have this vibrance about them? You see it in their eyes. That's actually what I strive for. Because I think sometimes it's easy when you go through life, things happen to you to start to get cynical and complaining. Maybe that's easier. But to really heal from all the stuff and then retain that energy, I find that extremely attractive. And so because of that, I don't fear aging, like, oh, I'm going to be less attractive, or because I know there's other elements to myself that are valuable there.
The bottom line is, besides looks, because looks are the easiest way to get attention, and people are fucking lazy these days, and you want attention and don't want to work for it. So you wish you were born more beautiful, born this way and that way, and you make other people feel bad about not looking at you the same way and become a desirable person. And looks is one of the factors. There are other ways, like you said. I drawn to passion, to like intelligence, and people that focus on their work. And there are plenty of ways to I just don't think a look should be the most of you pay the most of attention, and it's a losing game. And obviously there, you want to be healthy, and
healthy is important. Yeah. When you were saying the 500 pounds, I'm beautiful, I always think about health, like if it's just not like a healthy role model. Thick is different. There's different body types, but I'm talking about obese. Like, you are obese is not healthy. And then so they, some people fight like, we should be on the cover of magazines and things like that. I said, young people should not be striving to be unhealthy. I'm not saying you look good or you don't, But from a health perspective, it's not good. Just like if someone's super, super skinny and starving themselves, that's not healthy either. So I think about that one in terms of that whole like inclusion thing. It's just so weird.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and just it's people don't want to. People. The thing is, when you want to include everybody, you said nothing. Like there's no value to your statement. What does that mean? There are two sides to things, and then also why do you put too much emphasis on how people look at you? Shouldn't you not give a fuck? Just be you. I don't care what you look like, and you shouldn't care about what others think of you or look at you. Focus on your work or something. There are people genetically blessed. There are people that aren't. What they're just gonna they should just die. I don't think that there are ways you can there are different ways for be attractive.
Yes. Well, I think some people, it could also be based on how you're raised too. If your parents put a lot of emphasis on your looks and you think that's where the value is, or they'll want a partner and they emphasize on the partner's looks, which I don't think is a good idea. I mean, I have some girlfriends who they have to be hot. The guy has to be hot. It's so important to them, like it's at the top of the list.
Good luck, girl.
And then sometimes I think of course you should be attracted to the person. I had a coach once tell me though, and I agree with him. I think there's truth there. He was older. He was like 60s, 70s, older man. And he said, the women that want to go after those really good looking guys, there's something within them that they don't feel fully beautiful, that they think it raises they're insecure about it. So it raises their worth to have a good looking guy. That's because they need that.
Well, then don't fucking cry when that motherfucker cheats or leave you. Find someone that's more beautiful than you.
Or ages.
Yeah.
He's not always going to look like that.
Or unless you're hella rich and you can always date younger person and know that they're only with you for your money and there's no loyalty or true love there. It's transactional. If you're okay with it, both
parties
consent, then that's fine. And to deny truth and common sense is something I can, yeah. And then also like the world isn't revolved around you. I know you think you're the main character and you want people to always value you, your look, and look at you, see you as beautiful. That is unrealistic. And first of all, nobody gives a fuck.
That's true.
We all have our own shit to deal with in life. Whatever you think that's important to you, people don't give two shits about. So that's that. I don't know what to say.
Coffee company, what do you think?
This is perfect for lazy bitches like me. You can just pour the powders in and put hot water. You wouldn't believe it. My eyes was smaller than this. But after that, I'm awake.
Use code.
Oh, yeah.
What's our code? Not your Asian women at checkout for a nice little discount.
Enjoy your new crack.
Okay, let's turn this a little more positive. I do think aging gracefully, let's bring it back to aging gracefully. I think it starts at the self-love. It doesn't matter. You have self-love and then, do the microneedling Botox, but you feel whether someone has it or not. And I think that the self-love, I personally like a classy feel to as I'm aging. I'm not into shopping at Forever 21 still and wearing the mini skirts I used to the clubs and things like that. If you like doing that, more power to you. I actually follow a fitness influencer. I think she's in her 50s or 60s, really nice body, and she still wears, the stuff I would say most 20-year-olds wear. But I could tell she's super happy and she likes doing it. She's like, this is my outfit for tonight. And again, it's her energy. I personally would choose a different outfit. I think I go more for timeless now, a little more timeless. More like Audrey Hepburn style.
Yeah, to me, self-love is you love the way you look, what you do, and you don't give a fuck about what other think about you. Truly don't. Because if you do, you wouldn't complain about, oh, how come, people don't look at my group the same way. That's not self-love. And do whatever you feel like make you happy. The way you dress, you can be you can dress however you like, and there's no one way for like self-love. That's how I feel. Like everybody has a different definition. I just
what about staying sexy?
Oh yeah, we did get a follower asking how to stay sexy in your 40s.
Feel sexy?
Feel sexy.
I think vibrancy.
Yeah,
that vibrant.
Yeah, curiosity,
liveliness,
and
like a hunger for life.
Yes, that has nothing to do with age. I've seen younger people in their 20s, hella depressed, look really bad, and just want to give up on life. Nothing in life they see is positive. And doesn't matter what they look like. It's unattractive. But I've seen older people that their eyes, even though their bodies might look old and can't move as fast, but you can see in their eyes, there are lights in their eyes. They're curious. And life still excites them. They're happy to wake up because they made it another day. And small things in life still make them happy. They want to try new things. And that is attractive and sexy. You need to work on that, find that passion in life. No matter how hard your situation might be, there's no other way to, or other people can't help you to be sexy. You have to work harder. As you age, it's harder and harder to have more energy, to find passion, to work towards passion. So that's just life. It's not like when you're or in your 20s, you hadn't seen the world. So everything fucking excites you. And you, in your 40s, you've seen most things and you've experienced bad people, and you might feel a certain way about life. It's unworth living, or like not exciting. Like everything is just so negative. Like what's the point of doing this? Because, nothing lasts forever. Then it doesn't matter even if you look like supermodel, it's unattractive. It's not sexy.
True.
And so I think it's mindset.
It's mindset. I think there's things you can do too.
First, cut out any people that drains your energy. Because your energy and time are finite. And that is the first step you could do. And also the easiest thing is maintain physical health. Do some type of activities, and
it gives you more energy too if you're working out. physically you'll have more energy. It's not purely aesthetic.
Just simple as walking.
Yeah. And I think being sexy, there's things you can do throughout the day. I got this piece of advice that I really loved. You know, some people, they just, well, actually a lot of us, we wait until the bedroom, like, I got to turn myself on, or, you know, we just focus on when it's time to do it. But throughout the day, there's ways to tap into your sensuality when you're in the shower by yourself, the way that you wash your hair, you know, like, how are you moving throughout the day? And sometimes I feel super unsexy, you know, either based on like how I'm dressing or just what I'm dealing with. I mean, day to day in general, when you have responsibilities as an adult, I wouldn't consider them sexy, right? So the way that I put lotion on myself, you know, in the shower, I'm kind of more mindful now of how I touch myself and that sensuality to keep it. Because I do notice as I'm aging, if I'm not careful of that, even when I'm dancing now, I still take dance classes, the movements feel different from than when I was in my 20s, right? Like, you have to be mindful to like feel the music. And you see when people get older, sometimes, let's just say you're at a wedding, you see like the flailing arms and stuff. It's almost like not as connected, right? The smoothness is gone. So I try to keep that in mind. And it really helps.
Being comfortable in your own skin and feeling the work you're doing in the moment is sexy. And presence is sexy. So
breathing too. I think sometimes we're just so like,
if you're anxious, intense, awkward, uncomfortable, that's not sexy.
Yes, breathe, like give it some space.
Jesus. Yeah, and then just like overall being in the moment and focusing what you're doing. I think that's yeah, I mean, the easiest way is like start with just having a little bit of walk or physical.
Get moving. You have to move the energy. And actually, you know what? You helped me. And I know it's a superficial thing, but how you dress, because I tend to wear looser things. It's just more comfortable for me. And Shining was saying, she's like, you know, you should wear more tight things because you have a really nice body and a lot of people would really like to see it. And when I do that more, and when I wear heels too, I do feel different. And I will notice maybe it's also how I'm carrying myself when I'm doing it too. I could tell people look more or they'll hit on me more as soon as it's tight.
For me, just easiest as you know, like a fashion, yeah, the way I dress or carry myself. I need to feel sexy in what I'm wearing, or at least comfortable in what I'm wearing. And if I don't feel sexy, then forget it. The whole day is messed up. I need to feel good. So that's a personal taste. So I put extra care into the stuff I'm buying now. And also I'm older. I know my body type and what looks good on me. I don't chase trends anymore. And that took some time to learn. And that's why what I'm saying in the beginning, I look forward to getting older to get to know myself better, because I feel good at this age. Imagine like 60, I can feel a different level of enlightenment. And I can't wait to not even give any fucks.
It's liberating to not care.
To not care. Because sometimes when I do catch myself still,
of course,
caring what others
all of us
think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it's natural.
Yes. And especially my work. If it's not landing, then it does hurt. I like to get to that point where none of the superficial validation get to me at all. I just move forward and keep doing. So that only comes with age. So yeah, and I do like I I am very like I'm more vain than you. That's just
100%.
So I don't want people to like say, oh, you know, shit, like she's always talking about, I don't care about what other people think, but you know, she's looking in the mirrors all the time. I do. Like if anything can reflect, I look at myself. I look at myself every day and I go, dang, pretty bitch. and I also understand they are people who think I'm not attractive in terms of looks. I'm not their preference, and like I'm, and which is, I don't, which is like normal. Shouldn't everybody should different preference to beauty? I don't go, oh no, you're racist because you don't think I'm beautiful, or you are if you only think Asians are beautiful. Like I don't really care that. It's just that, and then also like it's normal for people to have different preferences. So yeah, I just said a whole bunch of shit. Or do you have anything?
No, I think you just work on self-love and feeling good. There's no formula for like how you should dress or anything like that. I think if you feel good, that's really all that matters. If you feel good, it doesn't matter what things actually look like around you or what's going on. If you feel good, you feel good. If you're happy, you're happy. If you're thriving, you're thriving. Just to focus on that, and then the details. Like a good outfit isn't gonna change your state of being. If you're really insecure about something, like
you can have name brands from head to toe, like a top-notch fashion stylist can dress you and you still don't feel good about yourself.
Yeah, it starts. Oh, that's such cheesy, stupid ass advice, but it's true. It starts within. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, or share with your friends. Or you know what? Leave a comment. We love comments, whether they're good or bad. Haters,
please, we love you.
Help our algorithm.